Hi everyone, welcome back to another diamond painting tips and tricks tutorial here on my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie. Today we're going to be talking about my top tips for working on a mystery diamond painting. Like the name implies, mystery diamond paintings are kits where you don't know what the image is, and it's usually disguised in some way, often with black and white symbols. And when you're ordering from the company's website, they're not going to tell you what the image is. Sometimes they'll give you some hints, but by and large, unlike most diamond paintings, when you go to order them, this is going to be a different kind of experience. Now, I have to be honest, the first time I did a mystery diamond painting, I found it to be really frustrating. It was taking me a really long time to do, and it was tapping into a different part of my brain than just a regular diamond painting did. And I almost chucked it. I just thought, this isn't for me. That said, I'm glad that I didn't, because as I got the hang of it, I've now found that mystery diamond paintings are a fun challenge, and there is something that's really neat about going into a project not knowing exactly what the image is going to be and gradually having it revealed to you over time. That said, I'm hoping that this video is going to give you some tips and suggestions for how to make it easier and more enjoyable to work on mystery kits. That way you don't have the same experience I did that first time, and instead find that mystery kits are something you really enjoy reaching for from time to time. I've broken this down into 5 different main tips that I think would be helpful to you, and so we're just going to go through those. The kit I'm going to be using to demo with you is actually my current work in progress. It's a diamond painting from Diamond Art Club, and I'm not going to spoil anything major from it at all. Diamond Art Club, like a lot of companies, will give you a theme and the artist for a mystery kit. So in this case, I know that the kit is by the artist Ivy Dollamore and has the theme fantasy variety specifically. That said, the first suggestion I would have for you, my first tip, would be to really take into consideration where you're ordering from. Different crafters will have different priorities and things that they're looking for as far as quality of drills, symbol clarity, if the artwork is licensed, how big the kit is, those kinds of things. So you kind of have to decide what's important to you. There are a wide variety of options out there, including really, really cheap ones, often in terms of not just money, but honestly quality, from places like Amazon. But then there are also mystery kits that you can get that are licensed and tend to be less frustrating materials to work with, like Diamond Art Club, Jada Gem Shop, Dreamer Designs, so on and so forth. And those are the ones I tend to gravitate towards because I like having materials that are not going to give me a headache any more than the extra brain power and effort it can take to do a mystery diamond painting in general. So that would be suggestion number 1, is just to really consider where you're ordering from. Suggestion number 2 would be to decide if you want to have the image spoiled for you or not. Depending on the experience you're looking for when it comes to doing a mystery, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. The vast majority of companies, they're not going to outright tell you what the mystery image is, but there are usually ways that you can dig and find out what they are. So if you're like, I like the idea of doing a mystery, but I really just need to know what the image is anyway ahead of time, so I really know whether or not I'm going to like it. I understand completely the idea of, I don't want to do a kit and risk that I'm not going to like the artwork or that I'm going to hate working on it. So there are some, in the case of Diamond Art Club, there are some mystery diamond painting groups specific to DAC out there. If you're looking on other shops and websites, sometimes you can go into the reviews section and people will post images of completed mystery kits in the review section for that listing. That's also kind of a beware, I suppose, if you're wanting to avoid spoilers, like I often do. Don't go into those areas because you may stumble across a spoiler at any moment. That said, I like that a lot of the companies will, like Diamond Art Club, give you an artist and a theme, and sometimes even a little blurb with a general description. This also makes it a little easier if you want to go and look up the artist and look through their artwork and try to figure out for yourself what that artwork is, or see what the artist's style is and see if it's your taste. Now, I do want to mention, a really unique mystery diamond painting kit option out there from Jaded Gem Shop, which is where you can almost do a customized mystery kit, where I think it's the best of both worlds. You can keep it a surprise by not knowing exactly what the image is, but you can order a mystery and give her a general size point and then give as much or as little information as you want. You can say, I would like a mystery kit from this artist that you license, or I would like a mystery kit that is one of these kits from this wish list that I've created on your website's wish list feature, or I would like a mystery kit that has this vibe. I want something that's a portrait or something that has fantasy vibes or this color palette. And she will pick that for you, and it'll still be sent to you with black and white symbols and an opaque cover on it. And that way you're knowing that you're getting something that you're very likely to like, but you still get to have the surprise element to it. So tip number 2 being, decide if you want it to be spoiled for you or not. It's completely up to you. And there are some options out there, whichever way you want to go with it. Tip number 3 is going to be probably the most, in my opinion, important one of the set of suggestions. And that's going to be how you kit up your diamonds. I think that you should be really strategic about kitting them up in a way where it's going to be easy to find the symbol that you're looking for. In this kit, all the symbols are black on a white background, and that means that there are no additional visual cues to help you find the symbols you're looking for. I don't know about you. I didn't really realize how much I relied on the color of the background of the symbol to really help my eye jump to the symbol I was looking for. In this case, you don't have that extra help. It's purely, you're just looking for the black printed symbol. The background color is no help. I have organized these by, I put all the numbers and then I kept all the letters together, and then I did some various like number and math related symbols, and then lines and dots. It's really whatever works for your brain, but this has made it significantly easier to find the various symbols that I'm looking for when I'm working on this diamond painting. So some of you I know use this approach when it comes to even just a regular diamond painting, but I'm a weirdo in that I normally with the diamond painting will just keep them in DMC order. That works for my brain for some reason, and then it's just muscle memory to find the symbols. But for mystery kits, I'm always going to group them by symbol because it really saves me so much headache because I know exactly where to go to look for them. So highly recommend an approach like this when you're kitting up your diamonds into storage containers and or however you're doing it and organizing them. I think this will save you a ton of time for sure. Now, tip number 4 is going to have to do with prepping your canvas. And this is for those of you that if you get a kit like basically, I know that most companies do this where you're still getting a standard plastic cover on your canvas, as opposed to there's a couple of companies out there that will do an opaque cover, like Jaded Gem Shop does a solid black cover. It's like on top of the plastic, or it's glue safe, of course, and that way you're not seeing even the black and white symbols when you unroll the canvas. You're just peeling back parts of that opaque cover, that solid color cover, to work on a kit. Now, why does this matter? I'll give you this little exhibit right over here. You're not gonna see anything really spoiled, I promise. But if you look at this, even though it's in black and white, because of how this is done, I think just by nature of how our eyes work, you can still make out things like lines and shapes and various things in here. When I unrolled this canvas, I was absolutely able to tell what a good portion of this image was. Very specific details of it. I could see exactly what it was going to be. And so if you're really wanting to keep that mystery as much as possible, you could go the extra mile like I did, which was on my last mystery from Diamond Art Club. I enlisted the help of a friend to unroll my canvas for me and added a layer on top of this of just like a solid cover paper that I taped onto the plastic cover, because I didn't want to have the whole canvas revealed to me at once, even if I kept it like rolled up. I don't know. So if you're wanting to preserve the mystery as much as possible, that is an option for you. And I just wanted to forewarn you that you will be able to make out things like shapes and lines and stuff, just parts of the image, if you have a canvas that's just black and white. A quick note that Diamond Art Club, not too long after this one came out, which this came out a few years ago from when I'm actually recording this video, Not too long after this one came out, they actually changed their canvases for their mystery kits to have a multicolor background. It's not colors of the mystery kits themselves, so it's still not giving anything away. Instead, it's a like kind of gridded pattern of different colors of for the background colors, where the black symbols are all still the same and that's the only thing you look at. But then there's various background colors. There's white, gray, orange, light blue, dark blue, and that helps mask the image in a way where you wouldn't be able to clearly see shapes and lines like you're seeing right here. I don't really know if there's other companies doing that sort of thing yet. I think it's going to vary by company what exactly you'd have to do to mask the image if that's something you're otherwise wanting to do. Along with that, and just kind of grouping this in with prepping your canvas, I would suggest starting out with pretty small sections. If I started out with my normal size diamond painting section, which is, maybe this big, my first time doing a mystery kit, I did this the first time, which is why, speaking from experience, I found that to be really overwhelming. So I would suggest, honestly, starting with a really small section to just kind of get in the groove and the rhythm of doing a mystery kit. It really is different from a normal diamond painting, but it is completely doable in my experience, just once you kind of get the hang of it and get used to it. So my general rule of thumb when I'm trying a new kind of project, whether it's a mystery kit or a max color kit or something, really kind of out there, is typically the first 1 or 2 times that I work on it, I go, this is so overwhelming. I just want to get rid of this. What was I thinking? But kind of, take a couple of days off, come back to it, try again, and it's going to get easier. And I would think that a lot of you would find that actually really enjoy projects like this if you do that. So just a little bit of encouragement your way if you get started, you go, this is frustrating and discouraging. Okay, tip number 5 rather. I think this is also one of the most important suggestions that I have for you. I'm just kind of going in like logical order of when you're getting a kit to actually working on it. But so this just, I know it's the last one, but I really think it's the most important. And that is when you go to actually work on the kit, like place drills down. What I'm going to suggest you do is say you open up a section, take a look at this and just see what your eye immediately gravitates towards, what stands out to you the most. You don't have the help of there being a different color, background color. You're just looking at the symbols. And truly, I feel like the best thing you can do is to look at this section and go, for me at least, it's this one, this symbol right here with the 2 dots that jumps out at me. It's really easy for me to see and pick out apart from the other symbols. And so that's the symbol I'm going to start with. And then I go into my diamonds. You can see I've organized them all by dots, or by symbol type, and I have all the dots all together over here. So I have my 2 dots here. So I'm going to pour this one out into a tray and do all of this symbol first. And once that's covered up, then you can look at it and go, okay, what's the next symbol that really is jumping out at me the most? And it might be the downward pointing arrow or the hashtag sign there, or pound sign, depending on what time period you're from. I'm also going to show you a different section of the canvas that has some different kinds of symbols. Don't want to give you any spoilers. I just want to show you a little bit of this one section here where there's different kinds of symbols in this section. You could see there's different letters and numbers in the mix with this section. And so this one isn't, I think, as straightforward because there are more colors involved, but you could still take a look and go, okay, what's standing out to me? In this section, it might actually be that pound symbol that really stands out the most. So I might do that one first, or it might be the plus signs or even the 2 dots again. So really just being strategic about it, letting your eyes kind of guide you. That sounds like such a silly way to put it. But I mean, just sort of making it easy on yourself by going, okay, what's just by itself organically standing out to me the most? I'm going to place those first. Along with that, when you're working on this canvas, a lot of times I will turn my canvases sideways to work on them, depending on how big they are and orienting them. I think that with mystery canvases, it's especially important to go ahead and say I'm working on this one sideways and not up and down. So if it's up and down, it's like, okay, this is just up and down. But if I've got my canvas turned sideways, like this, and I'm working on it sideways because that's how I can fit it on my surface, I'm also going to turn my container the same orientation, how I'm working on the canvas that way. I am minimizing the possibility that I mix up symbols in case, because there are some companies that really, they do have some symbols that are really similar to one another, and just to avoid any possible confusion, I'm like, take your container out and actually flip it so that, if you're working on your kit upside down, flip it upside down. It doesn't matter when it's 2 dots, but if it's like, I don't know, a letter, a number, or something, or a triangle, there's like lots of triangle symbols. It's like flip it to be oriented the same way that you're working on the canvas, and that will hopefully help you avoid having to go back and pick off drills that maybe were misplaced. So that was my 5th and final major tip for working on mystery kits. But just one last bonus kind of tip, or more like just suggestion I would have, is that if you happen to be sharing these a mystery kit on social media, I really like to put mine behind a spoiler warning, like put up some spoiler slides if it's on Instagram. So if someone is scrolling along, they don't just come across a spoiler out of the blue. Now, if it's like a personalized mystery kit, like what Jaded Gem Shop does, that's a little different because those are kits you can also just buy directly from the shop. But something like this where it's the same for everybody. Anyone that went in and bought the mystery kit in the fantasy variety theme by Ivy Dolamore from Diamond Art Club, this is the exact one they're going to get. I think it's nice to put these behind a spoiler warning. But yeah, just a suggestion if you haven't done a mystery kit before and were thinking of sharing on social media. So I would love to hear from you guys as far as what are your tips and tricks and hacks for working on a mystery diamond painting. I'm sure there are things I haven't thought of. These are things that have just, I found work for me over time, and I hope that you find helpful. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. I'm also going to be really focusing this year on doing more of these tips and tricks and tutorials. So if there is something related to diamond painting that you'd like to see me cover and talk about, please feel free to let me know in the comments below. I really value your insight and would love to create more of things that you would find helpful. And really my goal with my channel is to make diamond painting feel more enjoyable, easier, and just something that you can spend lots of time on and love the finished product as well. I really hope you found this video helpful and invite you to subscribe if you want to see more diamond painting videos from me. I do a wide variety of things like unboxings and reviews of completed kits. I'll have a review of this one once it's done, I think. And then I do weekly whip and chats if you want some company on Monday mornings, and more tutorials and how-tos hopefully coming to you this year. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you're doing very well and that you have a day and a week as wonderful as you are. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.